Ta-da! Ta-da! Uh, oh my gosh, I like how this one's kind of blurry, but as long as I can see stuff, you'll be able to see stuff. Kind of ironic that this one's blurry because, all the stuff we've been talking about. So, irony, irony. Um, let's go with excitement of this funny thing. So what we have not seen, right? Okay, so we haven't seen the worm, right? We have not seen the worm. We've not seen the lizard. We've not seen the monkey. We've not seen the raven. We've not seen any of the pre-builds, okay? Because you got to remember, there's a total of 48. Like that was the original thing that said it was 40. So some kind of 40 or 48 number. But who knows the 100% on that? Okay, so we know that we haven't seen Phoenix, the bird. The bird, we haven't seen Phoenix. We haven't even seen Dragon, and it's kind of funny that we haven't seen Dragon, because Dragon was that DVD that you could buy on eBay. So we haven't seen Dragon. We haven't seen any of the Nico early builds, right? We haven't seen Raven. We haven't seen Sonic the Hedgehog, because his description is how fast he is, and you know what Sonic the Hedgehog looks like. He's supposed to be the fastest one out of them all. And the reason why we're calling him Sonic the Hedgehog, because there's a scary thing behind him. But yeah, you'd have to focus on him. He has at least 2 pictures. It was kind of funny too, because the other second picture of him was it came off as fake for the longest time. For the longest time, it was fake. And I think even Lizard came off as fake also, because everybody's oh, the lizard has to be fake. So I found more stuff in Mario 64, of course. I found more stuff in there, but some other stuff of some pictures in game of Mario 64 in different worlds. Because to get to this next step, we're gonna have to go to get to this next step, man. That was the thing on this paper. It's what do we got to do to get to part 2 video? Oh my gosh, what do we have to do? That's the hardest part. That's the challenge. Because getting to part 2, I do find part 3 also hard, but getting to part 2 is going to be a challenge. And it was kind of interesting because now I've gone a little bit deeper into the Gears of War thing. Just a little bit deeper into that. Okay, so I want to also start off with funny irritation. I call it funny irritation because it's so annoying. But I want to get into it because where is it at? It's okay. So PS4, PS5, right? Glints in the remastered versions. Okay, so these glints. There's also a Steam PC version, which I wonder if you could still get the Steam PC version of the remastered, because there is that too. Because for some reason PlayStation decided to have these PC Steam key games or whatever. Probably because of the whole PS4, PS5 market, which was kind of it was very odd. And I just don't see why they don't just put Shadow of Colossus remastered on Xbox, because it's kind of a same achievement list kind of thing, every time they put the PC games, and then it just doesn't even make sense, how Soul Hackers 2 is on the Xbox, but Nocturne 3 is not on the Xbox, but you have Soul Hackers 2. So it's okay, whatever. And if you've played any of Soul Hackers 2, you'll know what I'm talking about. But, okay, so where's it? I'm kind of scared of this stuff because this stuff's really scary. But like I want to talk about like the glints, your stamina bar being changed. Okay, so your stamina bar is changed. The glints, the goat locations. Are we gonna have an in-depth thing on goat locations? No, not until I get my locations and spots. We're gonna talk about my locations and my spots, and then we'll talk about the goats because it only gets scary when we talk about where the goats locations are. But I will say the good news is in some of the areas they are like close. I wouldn't say they're exactly by the goat locations, but I will say that that some of because remember I've only found like two of the boxes in the game. I've only found two of the boxes, and so depending on the map, I'd say like surely some of the goat. I can at least say so far that one of the goats is close by, but that's all I can say. Because but like when I mean close by, I mean that vague because you know how big with all the tiles are and all the tile area. But yeah, at least one of them's kind of close, which is kind of just like a hint. I guess the goats are just hints. Makes kind of sense too because of like PlayStation trophies and all that. So there's a whole thing behind that. The reason I also cannot stress the Xbox achievement list or whatever is I don't know what it is, but like the Xbox, like if you're doing like something like a Minecraft achievement list, you can find some crazy things in Minecraft. So I don't get how long it would take for them just to take the remaster version and put that to the Xbox because they'll probably put it to the Nintendo Switch first, because they'll do that first. I've heard in Japan, I think they've already done that with one of the Japan's streaming services. That they've already done that, but that's in Japan, and Japan has a lot of stuff that's like Japan. Japan had Persona, and apparently somebody told me that Japan had Shin Megami Tensei on Xbox or something like that. So I don't know. I can't confirm on that, but I do remember that Persona 5 for the longest time was in Japan, was on the Xbox. So the glints, the health bar, the goats. I would like to reread the trophy list too, just to reread that, just to see if there was any funny jokes they did. But they just did a ton of jokes. And it's kind of funny too, because can you imagine you're like re-releasing the game? Oh my gosh. And the way the markets have changed, man, the way that the markets have changed and everything, like, as long as you're doing like a 4K, I'm just trying to do like a rough of this, like a 4K with some HD textures, and then you can add a new menu system. That's the funny part, because when they get a chance to add a new menu system, and it's funny how they say it's a new team working on the remaster, that like, oh, it's a new team, but like any nerd would probably be like, I don't know about this whole thing, them saying it's a new team. The new menu system is funny because it's a creepy menu system. It looks really stupid also. Like the original menu system to Shadow of Colossus, beautiful. The new one, cringe, stupid. But that's the point. The whole point of it is to look cringe, It also looks creepy. It's creepy and cringe, and it's to look very creepy because it's just like, how long can they go? How long could they go? I was able to stop them, though, finally. At least I was able to stop them. But they had quite a fun time, dude. I'm telling you. They at least had over 10 years of just pure fun. Maybe even more than that, But okay, so these words and everything on here is not going to be easy to explain any of this, but like, I like starting with the Gears of War angle because Gears of War 3, the title, the box art to Gears of War 3. And it's crazy how detailed all the box arts are to Gears of War. But Gears of War 3's box art has so like I told you, she was kind of annoying, kind of cringy. The blonde female that they had like in Gears 3, and then they had these characters, like they also had like his in Gears 2 they had, because that's when they introduced his girlfriend. But in Gears 3 they had like the haircut was funny to me because like, okay, so there is another video game secret I know that I've told in my previous videos. We have not got to that yet, but we're gonna get to that because it would just basically what that is. I know how big that game is, and but what is it? The hairstyle that they chose for in Gears of War 3. Oh my gosh, dude! Like just crazy, dude. And I'm hoping, like, because I feel like it's a miscommunication, because like we could be going towards the other video game, but we'll just say that as a side note. If we're going towards the other video game, I think the good news is we have enemy 0, which makes it kind of easier. So even if we're like getting this part a little bit wrong, we still have to, when we talk about this other video game that I'm going to talk about, we'll still have this haircut. But yeah, Gears of War 3, I don't know how I'd rank all their box arts, but like Gears of War 3's box art, from what I've seen, is very, very creepy. Very creepy. Gears 2's is creepy. And Gears 1, because we're only doing the first 3 Gears, we're not trying to get really complex into this. And then the first Gears of War meshes with the Gears of War 2 box, and they're all creepy. But like if you were it's crazy. Like right away, Gears of War 3 is just creepy. I heard like some of the Gears of War community enjoyed Gears of War 3 when it was online, and it had some crazy features, and the crazy features kind of explain the crazy thing that's in Gears of War 4, because when you beat the campaign of Gears of War 4 is really, really odd. Is very odd. Almost has kind of like a action figure feel. I don't know what to say necessarily about that, kind of like an action figure, Commando, that toy thing feel, the feel of the toys and all that. The toy movie they had this, like, I forget what it was called 100%, but it was like a toy movie. But yeah, they have that in Gears 4. Okay, so Pajama Sam, I just want to jump off of Pajama Sam because that's probably going to be like the ones like, huh? Pajama Sam is crazy. I always forget how crazy Pajama Sam is. Pajama Sam is really crazy. Just like connections and everything. But like, okay, so Pajama Sam does make something simple. It does make getting into part 2 video simple. It does. It makes it kind of simple. But I kind of want to add some more detail to that before we just jump right into part 2. But Pajama Sam, yeah, we're giving you huge stuff with Pajama Sam. We really are. Pajama Sam's, what is it? They have a ton of things. They have doors. Okay, so they have a door, right? They have a door. Where is the? I wrote it somewhere here. It's I've even seen in Zelda the new trees animation things. I do like the trees that you fight in Zelda Tears of Kingdom. Zelda Tears of Kingdom, right? Okay, Zelda Tears of Kingdom, Zelda Tears of Kingdom. Oh my gosh, dude. I hate what angles I hate. Like out of all the things I could have seen, that Zelda Tears of Kingdom's scary, but it's like mysterious. It's funny. It's funny. It has funny in it. It does not feel like a Zelda game at all, and I think that's pretty cool. That it's like this is Zelda, but it's not. Uh, no secret that when you see Ganondorf, like his build is like a Gears of War character too, and we got tornadoes. Tornadoes are just gonna be like doors in number 3. Where's the? I put dust tornado in here. Kind of funny how I put dust tornado in here, but Dust Tornado will make more sense rather than just being a Yu-Gi-Oh trap card in Yu-Gi-Oh. So, uh, why K and T? I've talked about T. I said I'd have to wait on K, but with Zelda Tears of Kingdom, it makes it a little easy for us to kind of jump into K. So K has King Cruel, right? 2Ks, like with King and then Cruel. King Cruel. Okay, so Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, one of its boss fights is paying tribute. Paying tribute. We don't know what the heck's going on, really, but is to Donkey Kong 64's boss battles with King Cruel. And even you could argue, even because there's some box fights, almost all the fights you could argue with, except for maybe the armadillo. But the armadillo does change, as we know. The armadillo changes. We have to do more of a deep breakdown with that. So bringing in Donkey Kong, I like Pajama Sam, but man, Pajama Sam is creepy. A very complex. There's been some people online. I haven't even entered the secret codes to Pajama Sam, but there's Pajama Sam secret codes that brings you to the lost content. So I haven't entered in those codes. That's why I don't even jump into that. But we got tables, man. Tables. Gosh dang it, we got tables. There is a strange table, and I really like the strange table that's in Pajama Sam. They have a very strange table, and it's a very good table. For the longest time, when I would see like tables, or if I were playing Shadow of Colossus and I would see like these weird textures, or I was playing Star Fox, I would see these weird textures. Just a lot of different video games. I would see just a bunch of odd stuff, like strange, not even weird, but like strange, just strange objects. And we've always talked about L. Yes, we're talking about L again. But the L is, yes, an L can make a table. But it's kind of cool how like the way you make a table with a different art style, like in Pajama Sam, because Pajama Sam has like these different art styles. So the way that they're making the table is kind of like, but there's so many crazy things to a table. Like you're leaning on a table, which goes back to our whole secret thing. Leaning on a table, body posture of the deleted Colossus. I don't even like saying deleted Colossus most of the time because we still don't know what it is. Like I told you, I have not came to the conclusion. Now, it being a glitch, do I think it could load the 3D textures? Maybe. But I honestly, the way the game portrayed it and what I saw something else that I got to break down on, I'm going to say there's no way the textures. It's a whole completely new thing. It's easy for them to say it's unused Colossuses. But really, they're kind of the demos. All of the pictures of these unused Colossus are the demos of probably like all the animations for this thing. Like any good secret, you're not going to show it. There's a chance that Ico still has a secret, which is crazy. Because you got to be like, because everybody wasted their time on that bridge in Ico, and that we wasted all our time at the ending of Shadow of Colossus, because there wasn't just one thing you could do, there was two things you could do. But it was kind of cool, even knowing at the ending of Shadow of Colossus, even though you were wasting your time because you're still going to get sucked up by the pool, that it was kind of like an Easter egg towards what I found. So that was the good part of it. So even though you were wasting essentially you're wasting your time, I still think maybe you can do something. I don't know what you could do. Like you think you'd be able to do something with two different things that you're doing, but it could just be funny. It could be like a bad endings are like such a hard thing to talk about. Okay, so like it could just be a bad ending. That's all it could be. It could be like the wrong ending, like you have not played the game the right way it's supposed to be played. So there's that's what's scary because we have in Mario 64 examples of bad ending, and no Super Smash Brothers. I think I could do that one off the bat because that's confusing. Because now we're talking about Super Smash Brothers. But like, okay, so Super Smash Brothers. There's the odd abundance of how they're just going to use it as a costume. I think that's what it did. It was ended up being a costume for one of the Mii characters, rather than making a fighter for Dixie Kong. But Dixie Kong is always kind of the thing that it's kind of funny thing. Nintendo loves making Dixie Kong scary. Like Nintendo likes you to forget that she even existed. Like Nintendo really loves the idea of you could see old pictures of it and all that, but they don't have an emphasis on bringing it back. They even like putting in a Jungle Beat Wii game, and the Jungle Beat Wii game is still good, but everybody prefers the Donkey Kong Country and the 64 game. But so like they have just like this emphasis of just saying bye-bye, bye-bye Dixie Kong, the original. I'm talking about the original model too, the original model from the Donkey Kong Country series. That's what this drawing is. Okay, now we're getting into the drawings, but this drawing, it's crazy too. They gave a pink hat, right? Because we already know it's a pink hat. It's just like a hat, but it's like a different kind of pink. I mean, if you talk to crayon people, they'll probably tell you what kind of pink it is, if it's like a pink purple or whatever. But see how scary that is? That's scary. I don't like getting like the real 100% color on that just yet because of stuff. There's the hair just making an L, right? Making a Z, making a V, making a W that's not even complete. So it's making a W also, and then you switch W over, you got your 3, you got your M, blah, 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 blah. That's why I like the original Donkey Kong Country's texture models, because it like showed the real hair versus them just re-editing and redoing a hair and then making a new character or whatever, because that's the funny thing, that Nintendo has the power to say, oh, this is a different timeline and this is a different character and this is not the character. Is this the character? We don't know. But this is timelines, because Nintendo just loves mystery with adding timelines. It's a very good loophole they have. If Nintendo were to hold any nerd that they're going to talk to, okay, including me, including you, or any kind of nerd, they'd be like, oh, no, you're silly. No, you got to follow this timeline, And then Nintendo would probably say something like clever, like, are you going to go see the Mario movie, because they're professional people. If you're going to get a breakdown from any of the game developers or anything, or if you're going to get any clues or anything from them, it would it's not likely, dude. It's just not likely. Because once you figure out this stuff, I guess like you have a tool of programming, making products, like once you figure out all this stuff, So there's that. If you notice, I put other M for Metroid. Okay, so I put other M because I thought it was funny because if you remember how Other M was and how they tried to shove the reviews, but it was crazy because when I talked to one of my friends about Other M, we just talked, we're like, yeah, we enjoyed Other M. We didn't care about the reviews. The reviews that were for Metroid Other M were bogus because it's like, okay, whatever. We finally get another 2D Metroid and we get like a cool feature where we can go into the Prime Vision. And they're trying just to kick this around, just kick it around. And Team Ninja is actually really good because Team Ninja is like a third party. It gets back to our whole third party examples, okay? But yeah, so what is this thing that I have below for the M for the Other M? Because it's making an M. But, here's the part why we're introducing Donkey Kong. So during the game over screens, because you'd want to pay attention to all of them, but like the M in game over is spelt this way, has kind of like this thing, but you know what this thing goes back to? We all know what this thing goes back. It goes back to many things. It goes back to like, hey, look, it's an R-Wing from Star Fox. Hey, look, it's Super Mario 64. I know. Being scared is quite crazy. It's really crazy to be how scared it is, but like the M, the tiny cube thing I told you, the tiny cube example, how you could take 1, 2, 3, and then you could put tiny cubes and make a whole entire map and everything out of it, But yeah, so that's in the game over. And the game over screen to Donkey Kong is just flat out with it. You know what I'm saying? It's like flat out with it. It just doesn't care. It's scary and it doesn't care. I even like with Pajama Sam, I found something similar to Banjo-Kazooie because I found a similar thing with that, but I think I kind of want to add more detail to that. I drew a picture of a strawberry because we know everything in crazy in Donkey Kong and in Mario Kart is banana peels, right? So I drew a strawberry because Pajama Sam loves talking about strawberries, okay? So Pajama Sam loves talking about strawberries. What goes good with a banana? A strawberry. Why? Because you mix them together and you got your fruit smoothie, right? And then what color is a fruit smoothie? Oh, that's right, pink. So a banana and we just got like a pink fruit smoothie. We're getting down to the minutes, so we're gonna have to like make another video. But Fist of Fury, I like this one because this is the start of something. This is from Gears of War because we got Fist, we got Marcus with his good old fist, his nonsense fist. His fist is really it's creepy, but like it's like with rated M, it's just like anything is accepted, like curb stomping, right? But the thing accepted too is just like him fisting, just going out and fisting, right? Like, and it doesn't help that Gears of War 2 kind of has like, oh my gosh, has some really bad things with the co-op, and just I mean, they're adding feminism. You can only imagine them adding in, other than feminism. What can we say? LGBTQ, right? Okay, so LGBTQ, okay? But right here, I actually did put a line above Dixie Kong's hair thing, and that line is actually on the gun of Gears of War 2. So we're not going to have enough time to break down the guns, but we will break down the guns in the future. But yeah, look at like all the content that we still like are hoping is in Shadow of Colossus, right? But we don't know until we found the other boxes or if there is any other boxes, Yeah. Carrots, Pajama Sam cares, but like, okay, so we even have Double Trouble, and what was the other double? The other double was, where's this other double? Oh yeah, Double Eggs. Oh my gosh, Double Trouble Eggs. Like Double double eggs, double trouble, because double eggs. But like